Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel.
Hope you have a wonderful day. In today's video, what are we going to talk about?
We talk about how to get your partner on board with paying off debt.
Paying off debt is, I guess, a topic that might be
Very hard.
to have a chat with.
I think paying off debt is hard.
Getting into debt is easy.
And then, but I think if by yourself you have the willpower, you can do it. But if you have a partner that doesn't aware that paying off debt is a priority, that is hard.
Yeah, especially if one person looking at just the spending, and the other one just want to get rid of it, debt. Because spending, I say, it's like you got that endorphin feeling, like that good feeling. It's like, yes, I'm getting, I don't know, new bling or something, new shiny object. So that you have that, wow, yes, I bought this. And
yeah,
then,
I feel like majority of the female have that, not being yeah, sorry, but what I heard just from around our friend, and majority is the female likes to shop, likes to spend, and then having this disagreement between the female and then the male, because guys tend to save a bit more, or they don't just buy little things, they like to buy big item, but maybe once a year only. But for us, we continue shop because we like to have that endorphin feeling, just like our daughter.
yeah, we had an experiment yesterday. I was about to mention that.
Yeah,
Go on.
yeah, yesterday we took them to shop, and our son, I don't want to bring any money, I don't want to spend my money, so he did not bring anything. But for our daughter, she got $4 in her spending jar. She took the $4. Okay, I just want to check, I want to see anything is under $4. So we're almost there, but at the end, at checkout, they have all this little book with a coloring pencil. $4
In the high level a bit.
Yes,
in the
very
eye
smart, the shops.
Yeah.
So she has to spend it, and I said, yeah, your money, you spend it.
At the same
okay.
time, it wasn't with me, it was with you.
But I'm okay with it, though. It is her. She said, don't tell daddy.
Exactly.
It's your money. It's okay. It's your spending money.
So if you're new to this, to our channel, we have to we're teaching our kids at the age of, I guess, 4 and 5. Yeah.
Started.
So, so now they are 5 and 6.
Yep.
The concept of money jar, earning money as well. So when they actually get paid every week, we actually give them a physical dollar.
Yep.
Typical week averaging is about $10.
Yes.
That we're giving them. But within that payment, they actually work for it, and within that $10, they have to split it into 3 jars, and one of them is the spending jar.
Yeah.
With that jar, effectively they can spend as long as they spend with their own money, not our money.
Correct.
And they have to work for it. They have to earn it. It just to get them understand like how money works, I guess.
Yes.
That was the idea of why we're teaching them at a young age.
Yeah, we don't want them to have a habit of each time going out to the shop, ask us to buy a toy for them.
And it really helps a lot, because now our children is actually, instead of crying, and they actually calculate how much is this item, and they actually, if they don't know, in majority of the retail store, they actually have this price check. So they scan the barcode, figuring out how much it is, and if they can afford it, they buy it. If they can't afford it, well, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
And what was it? And the other one would be, I guess, the concept of actually, well, you can borrow money from dad, but we're going to charge you interest.
Yeah, we'll charge you more.
Just like the concept of borrowing it from a credit card, they say.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the topic that we're trying to talk about today. So we're talking about, I guess, how get your partner on board on paying off debt.
Yeah.
It was a bit hard for us to have a conversation.
Well, we didn't have any debt, but then we did. So, well, it is more not consumer debt, but it's more mortgage, investment property mortgage.
Yep.
So if you've been following us, we pay off one of our investment properties mortgage. It was a long process. He trying to get it paid, but I didn't want to, because it's investment. Why would you like to pay off, and tax and all this stuff? But eventually, okay, we agree. It took some time. But here are 6 tips. How can you get your partner on board to paying off any debt?
Any debt.
If that the other person is not on board or not aware that it's bad to pay minimum repayment each week or month.
Yeah, so we're talking about, I guess, in general view, maybe your consumer debt, your credit card, maybe
Car
personal loan, car loan, any type of debt. Mortgage is just the biggest one for us, and that was the one that we focus on. But anyway, so number one will be
pick the right time to talk. You don't want to talk to your partner when he or she just finished work or having a really long day and then you bombarded, being bombarded. Sometimes when someone come home, good day or bad day, okay, I'm not talking to you. Like anything, I just don't want to talk. If you know that person is not in a good mood, it's not a good time to pick this topic up, because it's a lot of information. You gotta go dig in and talk a lot, and emotional as well.
Like for me, I realized that okay, I wanted to do this, paying off the mortgage or paying off all of the consumer debt as quickly as possible. How do I get her on board? It takes a long time. So picking at the right time is one of them. Maybe like you can try once or twice, but you gotta be consistent and try and figure out when is the right time to do it,
and see if he or she's interested to do it. But if each time when you bring up the other person is very against it, then you may try to do some other tricks.
And the other one would be listen more and then you speak. So elaborate a bit more on that one, actually.
Well, sometimes you don't just talk. Sometimes maybe like earlier I'll say right time to talk. You don't go into argument and bring up, say this, that you've been shopping non-stop and you have this credit card debt, I'll finance. We sometimes did it too, because when you're in anger, you just bring up all the negativity. Anyway, you sometimes you have to listen to other person. What's the reason? The emotion, and understand why they're not paying it, and then you have to understand what, not just saying okay, you think this is good, this, that, and then you set, but you have to listen to another person's what's their point of view, why not doing it, and then go into the discussion. The
discussion side of it, like sometimes it's kind of like, for me anyway, for us it was a hit and miss. Picking the right time and listen more is like, for us it's sort of combined together. We've gone through a few times where I need to listen a little bit more.
You realize?
You kind of need to, because okay, so and then from there you kind of understand, okay, then this is what they like, the argument or what their point of view was, and okay, then, and you have to bring up your point of view, and somehow you have to I guess figure out where is like mitigation, where is the
middle point.
The next one will be lead by example. For myself anyway, I've been looking around for what does it feel like not having a mortgage, what does it feel like not having a debt, what does it feel like not having consumer debt or any debt. It turned out to be life is a lot more simpler.
You feel a lot less burden. And I think is lead by example is, for example, you're trying to get the other person pay off the debt, then you shouldn't accumulate any more debt and pay it off as quick as possible. Been listening to another podcast, like couples, they're trying to get married, they engage already, but then they still split the finance. So both of them, they got student loan, one person trying to pay off, and the other person said, you're doing it, so I will do it too. So sometimes you don't even have to say it, you just do it.
You just have to do it.
You do it, and the other person will just follow and tag along.
So for us, how did we do it? We didn't have have a lot of consumer debt. Well, I had a consumer debt, but it wasn't as big amount. But it was a bit hard to tackle with in the beginning. But after a while, you realize, guys, you know what? Having a debt is not a good thing. So, and then the next one will be speak with kindness. So I guess this relate to me or any male, or anyone out there. So for me, I'm a straightforward type of guy. Get straight to it. Straight. Okay, this is what we have, and we need to get rid of it as quickly as possible. Stop spending money. But for some people, that's not the way they communicate. So you want to elaborate
just
more?
Still personality. Just be kind. Anything, be kind. Having that, because sometimes it's about feel a bit shame. You don't want to talk about that and the guilt for that. So if you don't say, oh, you're such a shopaholic, you spend all the money, you're ruining my life. That's not the way.
Yeah.
Well, you should talk about, well, if we keep doing that, it's not working out. What if, imagine this happen?
Yeah, let's say fast forward, looking in the future wise, if we keep on doing where we're going at the moment, we keep on using your credit card, consumer debt now.
What's the consequence?
Correct.
That?
And that's how we look at it now. We look at it, okay, then if we're doing this now, what does it look like in 10, 20, 30 years? And that would be, I guess, that's how our children look at it.
Yeah.
You're going to be the role model as well.
Yeah, and they will follow your footsteps majority of the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one will be?
Ask for forward-thinking question. Don't bring up, you spend all these, like, for example, $20,000 on debt. Now you have to pay it off and you spend all this. Don't go back to the history. Just think, okay, if we can pay this off, imagine the lifestyle we will be having without paying all these repayments. Just think about forward. Don't talk about all the history. Just tackle it.
Tackle
just
the problem.
Yes.
Like, I get it. It might be a lot of fun in the back. How you manage to get that debt. But what would life be if you don't have to make payments?
Yes.
So
what would you do with those payments?
Correct.
You can put it in investment. Put it in your super for long-term saving, or save it for a holiday that you've been dreaming of for a long time.
Yeah.
That that will be a great motivation.
Yeah, and for me it's like, okay, then so that means, especially if you have multiple jobs. Yeah, I remember doing it, and because I did have multiple jobs, because I had to, make a lot of payments. Let's say, if I don't have those payments, that means I can stop working for my second job, or maybe instead of a full-time job, that means I can work for part-time job, and then from gradually you can, I guess minimize working.
Yeah, you have more free time to enjoy yourself or with your families.
Whereas the other way around, whereas if you have, I guess, payments, either credit card, loans and all that stuff, it's like you're committed to a job like 5 days plus a week, maybe more, maybe 6 or 7 days a week. We know people that actually do have to work 7 days a week in order to keep them afloat. Yeah. And then because
we're like that.
We were like that. I was like that. Yeah. And then gradually, because I don't have any debt, I don't have to commit any payments anymore. I gradually step down.
Yeah, you have the option.
Yeah, work is optional versus work is a must. Yeah. It's a lot more enjoyable now, whereas work is optional versus work is a must. And the other one, the last one?
The last one is be patient. You won't, most of the time, you don't come to a conclusion or agreement for the first conversation. You just have to keep trying till like the mortgage we've paid off. I don't know how many times you have brought it up till, okay, let's do it. You're annoying.
but okay. I brought it up. I think it took me about a year.
Yeah, maybe around
to okay, then how do I do this? But over time, you decided to say yes.
Yes.
Now, if we fast forward now, is it a good idea or is it a bad idea?
Good idea, because we don't have to worry about the expenses in that property as much.
Yeah.
Now we don't have to pay for the mortgage, any income, we just take it, or any expenses we have, for example, renovation or some maintenance to do. It's okay, we approve. We don't have to worry about that much.
Yeah, the upkeep is a lot more low, like the maintenance fee, let's say.
Yeah.
It's not as high versus when you have a mortgage. For example, let's say if you have a mortgage repayment of $500 per week, and then the upkeep, call it $100 a week, and then something happened, then, well, I don't have to worry about the $500 mortgage repayment anymore.
Correct, yes.
I just have to work out whatever the upkeep is.
Yeah.
So,
be patient, it takes time. And then if your partner's not on board, just keep trying all these strategy.
Do you regret it though? Do you regret paying off debt? Paying off our mortgage?
No, never regret of paying any debt. I think the regret will be getting more debt.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that on a future videos.
Okay.
So anyway, that's just our things, guys, on this topic today, and how to get your partner on board
on paying off debt.
If you like this type of content, don't forget to subscribe, comment.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.